Hello and welcome to the Kanawha Valley Hustlers. This is Joe Justice. I'm here with Lindsey. Lindsey, tell me, what's your hustle?
My hustle is the Friends of Clay, which is a volunteer organization attached to the Clay Center.
And we're here at the Clay Center right now. For anybody that might not be aware of the Clay Center in the Kanawha Valley, could you tell us just a little bit about it?
Yeah, so it actually serves as a museum and an interactive space for children as well as adults. It's located in the heart of Charleston, and we have exhibits that come through. We have a huge auditorium area, which we're standing in right now, and we have events that come through. Every year we have a Broadway series that different traveling Broadway shows come and perform. We've had musical acts that are usually that sell out the Clay Center. And then we have museum upstairs in the gallery, the Juliet Art Museum. And then we also have interactive spaces, like I said, downstairs there's waterworks. And then in the basement, there are like interactive Our Town events that you can kind of go around and experience the Kanawha County town or the Charleston town with hands-on interactive setups.
So there's lots of stuff for all ages here, right? And you guys do a lot of concerts for adults, not just stuff for kids, right?
Absolutely. And we also have nights where adults can actually experience the interactive Our Town exhibit downstairs. It's called Night at the Museum, and that's for adults. We also put on a fundraiser every year for the Clay Center. That is one of our most popular events, which is Carnival. That's an evening event where people get to dress up, have a good time, drink and be merry, and they have the access to almost the entire Clay Center during that time.
That's great. So tell me a little bit more about the Friends of Clay. What's that all about?
So with certain donation amounts to the Clay Center, you can become eligible to be a member of Friends of Clay. Friends of Clay puts on Carnival, which I just mentioned, and they also work to support STEM education through supporting the Clay Center. The Clay Center's mission is STEM education, providing STEM education to children. So everything that we do as a member of Friends of Clay supports that mission. With membership to the Friends of Clay, you get a series of benefits. You get access to the Emerging Artist Series, which is a concert that actually happens on that stage back there a couple of times a year, more than a couple of times a year, and you get free two tickets to that series. If you are a member of the Friends of Clay, you get to help with setting up Carnival and making sure that it runs. We produce it, and then you get early access to other tickets, like the Broadway series that I mentioned. When that gets announced, of course, it's so popular. So as a member of Friends of Clay, you get early access to buy those tickets.
Talk to me a little bit about, you mentioned STEM education, but you've also mentioned a lot of artists and you've mentioned a lot of art installations and things. Talk to me a little bit about, do you think that an art scene and art is important for a community?
Absolutely, and in Charleston, it is essential. I grew up in Morgantown, and it's a college town. I moved to Charleston, and Charleston is very artsy. Every month in the summer or the warmer months, spring, summer, fall, we have Art Walk, and Clay Center is a little bit off the beaten path for that, but Art Walk, you can go around and see artists as well as visit businesses that are downtown. But Charleston's very local. It likes its local restaurants. We like our local artists, and I think the Clay Center is a essential part in making sure that we stay connected to art, but also tying art to science, technology, engineering, and math.
That's right. And talk to me just a little bit about the STEAM education. What does that mean, and how do you facilitate that for kids?
Okay, so we have a couple of different labs. I mentioned there's Waterworks that is in the off the main lobby of the Clay Center, and that kind of works with figuring out how water moves, the power of water, and that's been an installation for a while now at the Clay Center. And so they try to tie in lessons. We have buses that are here nearly every day from different elementary schools in the tri-state area and middle schools that get to experience that exhibition as well as other ones that we bring in. We have Art to Go, which is a traveling Clay to Go, which is a traveling clay center, math and science setup where kids get to have hands-on experiences with different math ideas and concepts as well as science concepts, learning about fractions, all of the things related to weather, that kind of thing. And so all of those things are very hands-on. And of course, Friends of Clay supports that by raising money so that we have those experiences for kids.
Great. As we're kind of wrapping up here, what's the best way for people to reach out if they want to learn more about the Clay Center or if they want to become a friend of Clay?
Okay, if you just Google the Clay Center in Charleston, West Virginia, or if you Google Friends of Clay in Charleston, West Virginia, the first thing that will pop up is our website. And on the website, there is information that you just click in order to get a direct line to signing up. And what's great about the organization is that if you've already made a donation within this year, you might already be eligible for Friends of Clay membership. And if you're interested in being eligible and you're not already eligible, we do accept payment on a monthly plan. So our lowest membership, I believe, is Clay for Two, and that gives you access to all of the museums and again, early access to events and stuff through Friends of Clay. But if you get that membership, you automatically become or eligible for a Friends of Clay membership, and it can get you all of those benefits that we talked about. But that's all on the website, and you can pay monthly as low as $7.50 for that Clay for Two membership monthly.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And this is Joe Justice reminding you to hustle hard, hustle smart, and hustle with a smile.